Hi guys, it's about time I did another tutorial, another unplanned one actually. So I'm just sitting making a gift for a friend at the moment. It's just an ephemera holder, but it's been giving me some really good ideas because it's making me think pockets, 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 all sorts of different pockets. So I got this beautiful atlas and I've been using the index out of it, and it's reasonably thick paper. Okay, so, and it's A3, which is great. I would say it's about 120 maybe GSM. It's not card, but it's definitely not like your photocopy paper. So then I was making little pockets, and this was going to be a little accordion pocket, but she turned into something else, and I thought, well, someone might want to know how to make that. So when you undo her, she's got a little one accordion pocket there, which is a decent size to open and get things in and out of, and then you've got some pockets there which you could make any size you wanted to, and then the back opens too, and we've got more pockets there. So I guess it's just a little wallet. I might stick it in, or I might, but I intend on putting a little, that's why I've put that so far back, putting a little eyelet there and hanging a little dangle off it, but that's not important. You can pretty it up however you like. I also think that using an atlas is a great thing for making a traveler's journal, which I've never made before, but here we go. So if you're interested in me showing you how I made that, then I will go ahead. So you're not going to need much in the way of materials. I'm just going to use the atlas paper from the index and some of the matte paper for the pockets, and I use this glue. This is very similar to fabric tack, but it's a cheaper version, and it only cost me about $6-7 a bottle, and that's New Zealand, so take 40% off that and you'll have what it's going to be in American dollars. You're going to need some sort of ink. I'm using walnut stain, but distressed photo, whatever you want, a dauber obviously, and a craft knife and a ruler. So let's get started. So I've just got this cut off piece because I was going to make extra pockets as well, and originally I was just going to chop through there and turn them into pockets so that they would fit playing cards nicely. But this happened, as it sometimes does. So I wanted about that size again. So I'm just going to roughly measure with my fingernail where I want to fold it. Just line it up. So these are 1 centimetre, so you can see approximately what size it is. It's about 7.5 centimetres, and just make sure that I'm folding it on the clean side, not my wonky cutting side, and then turn it over and just fold it exactly the same place if you can. I won't be talking all the way through the video. I'll only talk when there's something to say, so please feel free to put on some background elevator music. So here we go. This will be easier to see. So this bit is this bit here, this bit is the bit that opens up on the back as well, and then we only need to go to there. That last one is going to be our fold over flap. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, and sorry, yes, you'll have to bear with me because I didn't watch a tutorial for this kind of just happened, and then I thought, oh, let's make another one, and then realized the only thing I've got is the thing I made. So we want this pocket slightly shorter than that one for 2 reasons. I did that just so that you could see a little bit of the inside. I did like that gap there as well, and I knew it would make it easier to get into this pocket. Originally I did it because they were both going to be accordion and I wanted them to be different levels, but now I like it just for aesthetics with the gap in between. So we're just going to just fold over a little bit here. That's also going, you know, you could cut that off, but it's also going to strengthen this opening of this pocket, so it's going to be double thickness paper for getting things in and out rather than just a cut edge, which I like. And now, well, you should do this probably before you even fold that first bit in, but I'm just going to cut it to size. So yes, sorry, you will need a ruler and a craft knife as well. This is going to be the most haphazard tutorial I have ever done. This is what happens when you don't plan things. I'll take a leaf out of Sue's book from Sue's Journal Adventures. She just keeps going and doesn't care anyway. I'm by no means an expert. Okay, so it's going to be just a little bit shorter, so the gap might be a little bit bigger there, but that's fine by me. I'm just going to check because I have a funny feeling it's not quite. Okay, so now I refold this line just to give it just a little bit of room to open and close. So probably about 3 mil. Sorry if you guys are in America or UK. I don't know inches. It's too hard to figure out. I definitely prefer the base 10. And then you're going to cut it, or sorry, fold it, because I believe, yeah, I cut it, but if you fold it, once again, that's going to make that a little bit, excuse me, a little bit stronger. So this time I might actually fold it. So if I fold it as big as I want it, and then I'm just going to quickly cut a bit off, and I'm going to make this line here smaller than the size of this part so that it folds without being seen or without having to cut any more off. You might see it a little bit on the inside, but it camouflages quite well with this kind of paper. Okay, we're getting somewhere. So you can see, yep, that little gap's just going to be a little bit more, but I don't mind. I'm not mad at that. I think it's quite nice just seeing something through there. It's something a little bit different. And we are going to use our scraps as well. I'm just going to, now would be the time to ink. So I'm going to ink all around the edges, everywhere I know it's going to be seen, and I will do that off camera and be back. Okay, we're back. Now you don't have to ink, I just like to, so if you prefer it without the ink, that's absolutely fine. So we need to glue this a little bit down as well so that we can have just a slightly stronger edge. Sorry about the slidey glue. That's what happens when you have to craft on your bed. Makes me laugh. Sometimes I get comments correcting me when I'm wrong about something. And I craft on my bed. By no means do I profess to be an expert on anything. Okay, so now the next step we want to do is we want to, I might just ink that. You're not going to see that much. The bit we're doing now is this pocket, but I missed inking that the last time. So, sorry, breaking my promises here. So we need to make these little things. Now, I didn't watch a tutorial on that. I've just done it how I felt like doing it. So, bear with me. So I just grabbed I honestly can't remember how wide that piece was. Not that it should matter. If you want to make a wider pocket, you should be perfectly able to do so. And then I folded that in half. Nothing was done with a ruler, so I'm surprised that it came out that straight. And then I measured the size that I needed just based on holding it up to that one. And I gave it just a little bit more room for now, because we're going to chop that off, because you don't want it to come to an exact point because it will be very hard to glue. So I made it a little bit longer and then chopped it off a little bit to make it fit. So we need to fold from here to there. You could, if you wanted to, use a creaser, but I find it easy enough just to do it this way. And you need to make 2 of those. So then I'm going to measure it and see, I can just chop off that little bit there so that it's just a little bit easier to glue than trying to get glue on that very top corner. We need another one of those. We will also need to cut. So the folded side that's sticking out, we need to cut off. And then you should have the little opening, and that goes into the pocket. Glued on there, lined up with the folds, and then I'll see if I can show you. That will give it opening space down the side. Feel free to ink those as well. I'm not going to, but I am going to go off camera just to make it. Oh, should I go off camera? It might speed it up, but it might be a little bit easier to see me do it again as well. So I'll stay on and just put me on 2 times if you don't want to see that again. Okay, there we go. So now best idea is to stick these on. So again, you want to stick them flush. Like that. And you want that cut V to be up the top. And then you are going to put that right down on this fold, which is there, and you're going to line up. And then I like to fold it out just so that nothing gets stuck, because sometimes I mess up the glue. Just glued the wrong side. It's alright, we're gonna need that in a second anyway. Apologies if you can hear my cat snoring. Bless her. We just close that up, and then I like to, once you've got it so that it will stick, I might need a bit more glue on that because that dries quite quickly, that glue. I just leave it like that for a bit just so that it dries without sticking any of these parts together. And now we have our little wallet opening, and I can see I just need to trim a little bit off there. Make sure that side's stuck. No, we need more glue. The stuff dries super fast, very much like fabric tack. And then I'm just going to allow that to dry, like I said. Just open, and then I'll come back. So just pause you for a little bit. Okay, now I'm happy. Have my morning coffee. Good to go. Okay, so I'm going to split this video kind of, and I'll let you know. So once we've made this part, really it is just sticking pockets in. So by the time we get to that part, if you're an experienced crafter, you can just go off and do your own thing. But since I'm going to put the pockets on it anyway, because I'm going to gift this one to Rochelle, I thought, well, I may as well keep doing the pockets, and then if you're a beginner, you can see start to finish. Okay, so next step is I don't know. I believe I stuck these on, which were really easy to make. I just grabbed some of this paper again, folded it in half to the size that I wanted the tab, and obviously I did one in Atlas as well, so I shall do that. Now, I know you're all going to think that I cut backwards, but if there are any lefties out there and you want to cut a straight line with right-handed scissors, this is the way to do it. You hold onto the scrap part of the paper and you cut anti-clockwise. I learned that one at dressmaking because I had a tutor. They'd always come up and they'd go like this. And if you, sorry, my fashion bachelor, if he did this and he found like that bit there, you would have to recut. Yeah, he was harsh. Okay, so I just made that double so that it was just a little bit stronger, because it is a tab that's going to get a lot of use. Stop it, bangles. Jingling is annoying. Sorry guys, this is going to be a really unprofessional sounding tutorial because I don't know what I'm doing. Like I say, I've only done this once and I'm trying to figure it out again so that I can show you. So there you go, it's going to be a little bit wider this time, so I can chop my bit off. That would make my tutor happy. And then I just cut those bits off and I've inked it. Inked. Yeah. I paused the camera for you. So then you kind of just decide how far you want it across, whether you want it central or whether you want to move it down. I might decide to move it down a little bit this time. See, very few things I do, because that one doesn't wrap around the other side, do I measure. Usually I, like you can see, hold them up to other things and just chop. Okay, so now we just want enough glue on here to glue this. And then this atlas paper is great because I just use it to make sure that it looks reasonably straight. Then I'm going to do that one, so I'll just grab some atlas paper. And you could do these any size you like. You could make them perfectly the same. You could make them one big, one small, one wide, one skinny. You could make them completely different. I really don't think it matters. Oh, now this paper I quadrupled. Because this map paper in the atlas isn't as thick as the index paper is. Completely different paper. So I will just do that, and then I will glue it again and fold it in back on itself. There we go. So now we have 4 layers thick. Right, I'll just ink it, and then we're going to do the same thing up there, but I might bring it over a little bit more. Just fold that around there. And then I'm just going to glue this part. Gosh, glue everywhere. And then I just use, just see if I can find them. These guys, I got them off pretty sure just off Temu, and I'm just going to leave a little bit of room there because, like I say, I want to put a little eyelet and something dangling off there. I might resin a stamp and put it on there, and then I always put that on there and then close it so that it goes exactly where it needs to go. Sorry if I'm teaching you how to suck eggs, but they hold nice and securely, those. Okay, so now would be the point that if you are an experienced crafter, you can turn off. You might have turned off as soon as I showed you that, actually, because you might have seen it and thought, I know how to do that. I can do that. I don't need a tutorial. That's fine too. But if you would like to say, I'm not going to be doing any talking, I'm just going to be showing you how I'm going to put some pockets in, and it might be slightly different from this one. Okay, there we go. And that's it. So they're two slightly different versions in terms of what pockets I decided to do inside them. But that's the beauty of it. You can put whatever pockets you want in there. Okay. I hope that was good for someone. Even with all my faffing and trying to figure out how I was doing it, that gets a lot more sturdy once you've got bits inside it. And yeah, I hope you give it a go. Okay guys, till next time. Bye.